My family has a small cabin deep in the Montana woods, a little weekend getaway my parents bought long before I was born. It's old, rustic, and falling apart in some places, but it has a charm that makes it feel like home. I've been visiting that place since I was a kid, and nothing strange ever happened there, until one winter when I was 12. It had been snowing for 2 straight days, the kind of snowfall that buried everything in white silence. My dad and I had gone up for the weekend to do some repairs and check on the place. By the second night, we were running low on firewood, so my dad asked me to grab some from the shed. The shed was a short walk from the cabin, about 50 feet into the tree line. Normally, I wasn't scared of going outside, but something about that night felt wrong. The air was too still, too quiet. Even the wind had died down, and all I could hear was my own breath crunching through the freezing air. I pulled my coat tighter around me and trudged through the deep snow. As I reached the shed, I noticed footprints, fresh ones, leading from the woods to the door. My stomach twisted. The snow had been untouched when we arrived, and nobody else was supposed to be here. I hesitated, but the door was slightly open, so I had to check. I reached out, pushed it open a little more, and froze. Inside the shed, standing perfectly still in the darkness, was a man. He wasn't wearing winter gear, just tattered jeans and a black hoodie that was soaked with snow. His face was half covered in shadow, but I could see his eyes, staring right at me. I couldn't move. My breath hitched in my throat. For what felt like an eternity, we just stood there, staring at each other. Then he took a step forward. I ran. I didn't care about the firewood. I didn't look back. I sprinted as fast as the snow would let me, nearly tripping over myself. When I reached the cabin, I slammed the door shut, locked it, and ran straight to my dad. He grabbed his shotgun and stormed outside, but the shed was empty. The only thing left were the footprints, now leading back into the woods. We left the next morning,